Who are the 4 or 5 worst teams in the whole SEC this year?
Yeah, I agree. But we'll see. Coach of the year. I think you're gonna be a little annoyed by this. Josh Heupel, SEC Coach of the Year. We actually agreed in the pod that it was going to be Kirby. That I thought it was going to be Kirby, but it was not. Is Kirby Smart still your Coach of the Year in this conference, Matt Green?
Kirby Smart is the Coach of the Year. Like I said, for them to lose everything they lost.
Make the case. Why is it Kirby Smart? Like, why is Kirby Smart the SEC Coach of the Year in 2022, Matt Green?
Because they set the record for guys drafted in the NFL with 15 last year, 5 first-round picks, all on the defensive side of the ball. Doesn't even include Nakobe Dean, who was actually the best player on this defense last year. So to lose the 7, 8 starters, I want to say, and for them to still be the number 1 ranked defense in the country, that's just absurd. I had so much faith in Kirby Smart that it was hard for people to convince me that Georgia was not going to have a good defense, but for them to still have this elite of a defense, and you could question maybe some of the offenses they played this year. It wasn't the toughest schedule, but to see them play the number 1 offense in the country and the Tennessee Volunteers that were scoring 50 points on everybody this year and get held to 14, I think it was, just an absurd performance Georgia's defense had this year. So for Kirby Smart to be able to keep Georgia a second consecutive undefeated regular season, you had to give it to Kirby, in my opinion.
I'm okay with it. Like I said, Kirby, I think, is more than deserving. I think it's easier said than done to just be they're just going to run it back and not lose an SEC game in back-to-back years. That's just with how volatile this conference can be and how much talent is in this conference year over year. I think it's easy to overlook just that kind of gauntlet that Kirby had to do. It helps playing in the East, the East being a little bit weaker than the West and playing the full slated West. But the West wasn't good this year, like Auburn, A&M.
I was going to say, not this year. I think the East was the stronger side this year.
Exactly. So, no, I'm okay with that. You could also sell me on, I guess, the only other dark horse, Brian Kelly, I think, deserves some love for getting the SEC title game in year 1. I think Brian Kelly's got this LSU program moving in the right direction. I think they're going to be fine. So I think it's kind of under talked about because he's just kind of so polarizing as a personality that it's easy to overlook Kelly getting LSU to the SEC title in year 1. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, without a doubt. I think that's a good call. So you're saying you would have picked Josh Heupel, though? I think he did win AP SEC Coach of the Year, but the actual official SEC Coach of the Year went to Kirby.
Okay.